We're live. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Welcome. So I take it you're alluding to the theme of this evening.
Law of attraction, right?
Right. We're ready to manifest and bring about our
Well, you gotta
dreams.
project an image. You gotta project an image. Law of attraction. You can't just wish these things. You gotta do your part too. So, I mean, turns out you can't make a living off of just being enlightened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is that
so-
so?
So, I spent my last $52 on this suit, and my absolute last $800 on these Gucci women's glasses. Fake it till you make it.
So you're good to go. So yes,
Till you make it.
this is our theme.
I've gone down a few steps in the coral living. In the yeah.
Yeah. So, law of attraction. I've spent a lot of time studying over the course of time. I know you've probably looked into it too. I was getting into it a ton this week. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the law of attraction, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it all has to do with manifesting your thoughts. You are what your thoughts are. You
Hell yeah.
create.
I am the next CEO of Chick-fil-A. I am the next CEO of Chick-fil-A.
So you just if you think it, it will happen.
Hell
But
yeah.
I think if it was that simple, I think we would all be flying high, right? So
You gotta
there's
do your part.
there is a lot to trying to embody. I obviously the suit is the projection, the trying to embody the manifestation.
Just doing my part. I dream it, CEO, and then I dress the part.
Yes.
Dress for the job you want to have, not the job you have.
Yes.
Biggity bangity bongy.
Another component to the law of attraction isn't just trying to live the embodiment of it, but it is also trying to capture within, and this is key, I think, in talking about it, is in your subconscious planting the seeds. I think this is the toughest thing that people have the hardest time with when they're studying the law of attraction, is trying to get your subconscious to get in tune with what you want. Because when we experience bad things, that gets nestled into our subconscious, and so we live in those things reoccurring. We pick them up as child all the way up the ladder, and so deconstructing the subconscious is very hard, apparently. So
Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what you just said. All I know is I did become enlightened, but it turns out enlightenment does not pay the bills. You still have to pay for your heating and your electricity and your water and whatnot. And so money, 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 money. You've got to manifest that.
you've got to manifest the money.
Yeah.
Is it all about, is the law of attraction? So here's the thing. There is a big thing around the law of attraction that it is just a try to get rich scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the law of attraction is all about just making money, or do you think there are any higher things being sought after?
Well, what would you attract if you could attract something?
Happiness.
Fat chance. Why?
What?
Why
Well,
just
I'm
hap-
just
why
trying to
just
think.
happiness?
I'm trying to think of the things that people want in their life, right? They want fulfillment. They want purpose. They want meaning. They want to they want to feel better overall in their day-to-day lives. They want to be healthier. And yes, money seems to be a big component in all of this. So I'm just bringing it to attention because it has been given a boatload of attention over the years, but I think that it's a lot harder. I think it's one of those things that you can learn the basic concept of it like in like 3 seconds about like manifesting and the principles and your thought life and stuff like that. But I think that if there is anything true, I'm not going to even say that I believe that, oh yeah, because I'm kind of new to it. I am experimenting with it. But if there is anything there, yeah, if there is anything there, maybe it's worth giving it an experiment. Check out, see if there is something to it, and if I can manifest those things, why not go after it? What do you think?
What's the question?
Well, you were alluding to the fact that you think a big component of the law of attraction is just about getting rich. It's all about selfishness and that. And I was wondering do you think there's anything there beyond that? That is it good to look at this and use
I
it
think
maybe
that the
as a
law of
tool?
attraction is a very simple concept. I think that it works like this. If I have 2 thoughts in the morning, one are to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the other one is to yell at my dog, whatever one I think more on, I'm more likely to do. Like, pretty darn simple. It's like a heat-seeking missile. You set the intention, and then whether it's your subconscious or whether it's your conscious mind, if you think about that, if you reside in some kind of a thought, you're just more likely to do that. If you're driving a race car down a track and you're not keeping in mind all the curves that you got to go around, and instead you're looking at the side panels, you are more likely to drive into a side panel than you are to keep the course. I think that you got to take the magic out of the law of attraction.
Well, yeah, there seems to be, and people go to all heights and extents to try and mystify the law of attraction, which we'll get to in a second. There is a little bit of component. I want to talk about that in a bit. But is the overall principle to just try to get yourself to be more focused? Like, is it trying to bring your attention to your day-to-day conscious living and try to, like, hey, wake up, pay more attention to the goals that you're trying to achieve, the things that you're trying to do, because while you're off in la la land, if too much of your life is spent not in awareness, it's going to be susceptible to just grasping on to whatever garbage comes its way.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
So, in that sense, I think it's a tool. Now, like, where the complication begins with, where I see this being a problem, is that so much of our lives are, like, purposely kept on autopilot to make us not be focusing. We literally have our faces in screens 24/7. It seems.
Answer some of these people, by the way.
No, it doesn't matter. They're just
but they're saying stuff. Shut my hole.
I would say don't worry about it. They already know that during the show, I know these guys. They're good guys.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah. So, have you tried the law of attraction in your life?
Yes.
Do you think that it's been useful or worked? Or
it has totally worked, and in a magical sense, it's worked.
Yeah.
Literally, images I fantasized about came to fruition, but I don't think that gives you carte blanche to all of a sudden start taking it as if it's a genie in a bottle. I wanted to be a uniformed officer.
Yeah.
And I ended up a fireman, and I remember when I got my formal suit and like literally straightening the cap on it, it was something that I had like pictured in my head, and then I remember literally doing it and being like, I totally manifested this. over time.
Yeah. But there's more.
I do not believe that there are fairies and stuff involved. I think that you have to do work to make these things work.
Yes, in my studies there was a boatloads on, there's all types of things. You've got the whole trying to rewire your subconscious. You've got visualization techniques. You have the embodiment technique, which you brought us the example here tonight. And then you have the putting feet down and getting out there and doing things that actually target the goal that you're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people, when they read books like The Secret or something like that, they get lost in the fantastical. Ooh, I just think about it.
Well, don't get me wrong. Even if you're lazy as hell and you use the law of attraction, you're visualizing, you're doing positive affirmations, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think that you will get consolation prizes, but the level to which you actually commit and put forth effort will yield greater results.
Yeah.
Say for example, there was somebody out there that was like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to wear a spacesuit and be an astronaut. And you're imagining putting on the spacesuit and clicking on the helmet and fastening yourself in and you're doing the visualizations, you're doing the positive affirmations. I'm an astronaut, I'm an astronaut, I'm an astronaut. And then you go to the Kennedy Space Center and they do a simulation of an astronaut getting into a thing. Mm-hmm. That's a consolation prize to actually being an astronaut.
Yeah.
But if somebody actually studied, quantum physics or something like that and did the math and applied to NASA for decades, they might actually become the thing.
Yeah.
I think it kind of works like that. That's my opinion.
That would be kind of what I take from it. I think another one key component would be the visualization. I can see, because the law of attraction seems to have a lot to do with the thought visualization, the subconscious and stuff like that. That would be your spiritual realm factor going in there. So a lot of people recommend taking 10 minutes a day to envision yourself getting, say you wanted to be promoted at work, or you wanted to run a marathon and win first place in the marathon. You literally sit every day for 10 minutes a day, visually, not just visualizing it, but trying to get the feeling of getting that thing. I think that there's a key component there, because it's that feeling. If you can stir it up in yourself, I did it. That's where I think it leaks into your subconscious.
Yeah, but there's also an element of...
Maybe, I don't know.
No, I think that's true. Everything that you said there, I think is actually accurate. But I think that there's also an element of, beware what you wish for. Take some nerdy, incel that wants to be married to a model. And he's like, I just want to marry a model. I just want to marry a model. And then he earns a bunch of money and then finds some gold digging bitch. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then he's like, I married a model, but why did I apply the law of attraction to this? She's a cold-hearted whatever.
Yes. And that was what I was going to touch on next, is that there's also the negative embodiment of, so if you can go positive in one way, you can go negative in the other, right? And so this is where a lot of us...
What if you said, I just want people to come to me crying with gratitude. I want to be the next Christ. And I want people to fall at my feet. And then the next thing you know, you find out that you hate people. And you hate having people fall at your feet. And you just want to get out of it.
Yeah. Yes.
You just want to be alone. You can't even get a moment of solitude.
Yes. And another side caveat to this, which I think maybe brings some issues, some problems to the field, is that I think our natural inclination, due to our natural survival needs, is a negative view, trying to dodge problems, dodge things that we're scared of and stuff like that. And so that fear, it could be, of like not having things, or worried about, getting diseases, funny in the day and age we're living in right now. The things that we worry about getting, we're constantly feeding ourselves these things. And no matter, we manifest so much garbage on this planet because that's our natural. We actually have to work hard. We have to be intentional about where we're going with our thoughts if we're going to make a shift in humanity, if we're going to enter the age of Aquarius. If that's a thing.
Heavy, man.
If that's a thing.
It's heavy, and one guy's already saying I'm way too high for this convo. And you're gonna lay that on him?
Oh, it's a girl.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so you've got that component to it to kind of swing things. Unless there's something you want to add on there. No. In my endeavors, there was a lot to actually be said about the relation to the law of attraction and the Bible, believe it or not. A lot of people think that like one of the key principles, the key things of the Bible is the law of attraction.
Where two or more are gathered and agree on something in my name, it will be done, or something like that?
I heard so many scriptures in the last 24 hours.
The power of life and death is in the tongue.
Yeah.
A lot of the kingdom,
meaning,
if you confess something, watch out, because if you confess something with your tongue, it's more likely to occur, type thing. That's what I glean from it.
There's a lot. So, ask anything in my Father's name and it'll be given to you. The whole concept of the kingdom is all about manifesting the kingdom of heaven here on earth. The kingdom of heaven is within you. There's lots of scriptures that were something about, what about the scripture about you ask but you have not, and stuff like that.
I don't know that one.
There's if you look it up online, there's a whole camp of people out there saying that this was probably one of Jesus' primary messages. It was the law of attraction, but also, leave it up to the church. There's also on the other side of the camp a whole lot of people that really against the law of attraction in Christian circles. So I watched, how ironic is that if,
Well, I know occult Christians. I know Christians that pick and choose throughout the Bible. They'll find verses where God's talking to David, and he's I've got wonderful things in store for you. And then they print that out and staple it to their walls, God's got wonderful things in store for me. You know what I mean? He wasn't talking to you. He was talking to some Hebrew guy from 2,000 years ago. They practice Christianity like magic,
yes.
New Thought.
Yes.
Positive affirmation and the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Prosperity preaching. That's what it is.
Yes,
I don't know if that's found in other religions. I'm not sure, but definitely in the Bible.
Yeah, I'm sure you could probably find some stuff on there. Also, apparently, the Gospel of Thomas is probably one of the higher ones that talks about that, but it wasn't accepted in the canon.
I've skimmed it. I've skimmed the Gospel of Thomas.
So, there's that caveat there. So, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, you just learned, the gist of, a lot of the ins and outs about
Try it out.
Practice it. You don't have to pay $500 to go on a weekend seminar.
No, that's not true, actually.
We have a seminar coming
up. There is a seminar that we have coming up. Everybody else is lying. And
we actually have a monopoly on this truth, so...
Right. So to learn more about it, click on the link below.
If you want to join, just... But oh my God, I've never seen one thought exploited to the max It is like the law of attraction. There's got to be 10,000 books,
Oof, it's so sad.
10,000 seminars, and people pack this shit out. They pack it out. They hear, it's like, how can you listen to 2 days of, you need to think happy thoughts? 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days of that. I was like, how many times can you reword it?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
So, which led me into the spiritual section of the week in my studies. Have you ever heard of Esther Hicks?
I think I
Abraham Hicks.
I've heard of Abraham Hicks.
Yeah.
And are they channelers?
Yes.
Biggity bangity bangity.
Well, so Esther Hicks is a channeler.
She wrote a book.
She's got tons of books.
I think I've got one of her books.
The Law of Attraction.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
I have that book.
And
Yeah.
she I don't know if it started I think it started in 1987. She started getting channelings from a collective consciousness known as Abraham.
Right.
And so it's a bunch of entities that make up one big entity, which if we've talked about the law of one before, isn't it surprising?
Also,
Very similar?
click in the link below. Our book talks about channeling so that you can channel also. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. So she, she has been doing it forever. She was on Oprah. She packs stadiums. She does cruise tours. I was checking her website. Whatever. I'm not going to judge. She's doing good for herself. And she's channeling a collective entity force.
Full send kit.
Bud.
Full send kit. Give her, bro.
Yeah, she says she's got everything. She's got children's stuff. But I wanted to read just a synopsis of Abraham Hicks. So Esther Hicks is the person, is the lady who channels the entity Abraham Hicks, who's a collective consciousness, which is a bunch of consciousness. And then, so I just want to read of her, what she got, 12 points on her synopsis. So number 1, it says, you are a physical extension of that which is non-physical. Number 2, you are here in the body because you chose to be here. Number 3, the basis of your life is freedom. The purpose of your life is joy. Number 4, you are a creator. You created with every thought. You create your every thought, sorry. Number 5, everything that you can imagine is yours to be or to do or have.
Sounds like a cult.
As you are choosing your thoughts, your emotions are guiding you.
Sounds like a cult leader.
The universe adores you, for it knows your broadest intentions.
This is a cult.
Relax into your natural well-being. All is well. Really it is. Number 9, you are a creator of thought ways on your unique path of joy. Number 10, actions to be taken and possessions to be exchanged are byproducts of your focus on joy. Number 11, you may appropriately depart your body without illness or pain. Number 12, you cannot die. You are everlasting life. There you go.
Right.
There's some synopsis of Abraham Hicks's teachings right there. So if you want to check out that webpage, just go to abraham/hicks.com.
Hey, by the way, you're poisoned and dying, and I have the antidote. Just buy my book.
Oh, okay. Just buy the book and then I'm free?
Well, you're suffering and dying and everything awful, and just buy my book and,
It's that easy?
Sure.
It's
it's working when I'm on a yacht.
when I've reached yacht status.
That's how you know that
That's how you know.
salvation's on the way for you.
So you can join. Oh, it's not just her, man.
Hey man, I don't want to
Hey.
judge her. Maybe she's actually legitimate and
Yeah, I'm not going to say
sincere.
you're not doing that, but
I don't want to judge anybody that's peddling anything. But some of this shit is hilarious.
and there's loads. You can find loads of shit. No pun intended. You can
stuff.
You can find this stuff all over the place. Believe it or not, it's incredible what, like, I've watched her do her channelings. This girl can talk without a breath for like 2 hours. I'm like,
impressive.
How in the channeled, like, I'm channeling now for 2 hours. Blah, 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 blah.
I feel like I might be able to do that though. Like,
you have to conjure a full collective entity.
my name is Absorb. I'm talking to you right now.
Sue Troy is here. Sue Troy.
Love. God is sending love.
So
love to all of
it
you.
sounds like we're totally making fun of her.
Well, we are, but I make fun of everything.
Yeah.
And so I make fun of myself. Whatever. I'm a
It's okay.
charlatan myself. I don't care. But it's okay to make fun of things. I hope.
Yes. Yeah.
But you could take it seriously, and if it works for you, at the end of the day, my attitude is it working for you? If it's working for you, then who the hell am I to say anything about it?
Good. That's a good.
You know, I don't like people making me feel lame about stuff I believe in.
I think that's a good way to take it.
So I take it all back.
I'll look at it. Hey, I got no problem. I went to her website. I checked her. I listened to her stuff, and she actually said some things that don't make aren't crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like some pretty, like, really rational things.
Mm-hmm.
So I find, like, you can find nuggets of truth in all this stuff. So it's maybe not all of it, but you know, you get used to it after a while. Once you hunt down all these different sources and stuff like that, you start to see patterns forming. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for tonight.
Sweet. Another one in the
I
can.
want to say I want to thank everyone for coming out and watching. If you're watching it on YouTube, I want you to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button.
Thanks, Phoenix System.
Yes, we're on Twitch, so we're thanking the people that are watching.
That's a cool name,
Thanks
by
to
the
all
way.
the people.
Phoenix System 80.
Thanks to all the people out there watching right now. And also, you can come check me out on Twitch, usually anytime during the week,
Half
night
nausea
times.
38, half nausea 30. Sorry.
I do live tarot readings. You can follow there, and you know, we'll be back next Thursday to do it all over again. And we hope you join us. So until then,
Stay financially aware. I mean, stay spiritual.